Hello students, today let's start the lesson avoid plastics. Then students, why we need to avoid plastics? What is the reason behind it? Why we have to ban plastics? What is the reason to avoid plastics? So mainly chlorinated plastic can release harmful chemicals into the surrounding soil which can then seep into groundwater or other surrounding water sources and also the ecosystem of the world. This can cause serious harm to the species that drink water. So let's begin with the lesson. It is time to say no to plastic. Plastic is not a strange product to anyone. It's everywhere in the present world and it has become a part of our life. Alexander Parkes created the first man made plastic. He demonstrated it in an international exhibition in London. He named it as Parkinson. So, now the time has come to avoid plastics. Now the time at last has come to say no to plastics. So, plastic is not a strange product to us because we find plastic everywhere in every part of the city and in every part of the world. So it is becoming cheap. So it can be available everywhere. So it is not a strange product for us. So, firstly, the man behind this was Alexander Parkinson. So, he has given the first man made plastics in international exhibition in London. So, he named plastic as Parkinson. Parkinson. The common and wide use of plastic is mainly because it is inexpensive. So, we can see that plastics are widely used because of its cost, because it is cheaply available in market. It is long lasting and it is easy to make. So, it will be available in your homes for the longer period and it can be made easily. This substance can be molded into any form by heating and it can be retained in that particular form when cooled. So, by heating, you can turn the substance into any shape. After cooling it, you can regain the shape. It can be made into thin and light material which is now widely used to make hard and disposable carry bags or packing materials. So, by using thin and thick plastics, so it can be used in plastic bags or disposable bags. These qualities cause threat to the environment, especially this plastic cause harm to our environment. As it is cheap and easily available, people dispose plastic everywhere. So plastic is very cheap. It can be you can buy it from everywhere. So people are disposing it very easily. People are throwing it everywhere. Plastic stays on the earth's surface for many centuries as it is long lasting and it is impossible to decompose. So, plastic is not going to decompose, it stays on the soil for a longer period and it will harm those organisms which lives under soil. It ultimately causes enormous environmental hazards. Due to migration, plastic pollution is highly concentrated in big cities. When they are thrown after use, they remain in the soil in the same form as they are non-biodegradable. Non-biodegradable means which are not going to be uh, reuse. Okay, so plastic is non-biodegradable because it is not going to decompose after centuries. So it is harming our environment in big cities. So people are disposing it very easily and it is causing environmental pollution to our ecosystem. So when we throw plastics, it causes pollution and it causes harm to organisms. So plastic causes serious damage to the environment at every stage of its production or even in its disposable. So when we make plastics, it emits harmful gases that is hazardous to our environment. After disposing also, it causes many problems for our environment. To reduce the risk involved in plastics, the usage should be minimized, which can result in production. So, what we have to do, we have to minimize the usage of plastics. So, the chemical that is used in the production of plastics is toxic and can cause serious damage to all living organisms. The chemical what we are using, I said no before, the chemical what we are using it, so that chemical causes harm to our environment. So it will cause serious damage to all the living beings on earth. Even recycling of plastic causes problems. The worst thing is that recycling degrades the quality of plastic and demands the production of more plastics to make an original product. A single plastic sheet can take out 1,000 years to rot. It also had bad impact on the food chain. Plastic is one of the cause for global warming. So recycling also causes many problems. So recycling of plastics also causes many problems. The worst thing, it demands more plastic. The quality of plastics may be going to the plastic is going to lose its quality. The production of more plastics to make an original product. A single plastic sheet can take out 1,000 years to rot. So after centuries also it is not going to be decomposed. It also cause effect on food chain. So it affects our food chain. Plastic is one of the causes for global warming. Rivers have become the main dumping ground for plastic, which pollute water, marine life, and also the air that we breathe. Many are being profited by plastics. So we are dumping plastics directly into the rivers. So it is causing problem for aquatic animals. So it will pollute the water. Marine life is also, that means aquatic life is also be affected by those plastics. Those who get profit from plastics are trying to dispute the harm that it causes. So when it is available cheaply, so everybody is buying plastics and it can be easily available everywhere. You can't completely stop the usage of plastic, but can definitely minimize the production. For a healthy future, the use of plastic should be minimized at any cost. So if we want our life to be happy, so we have to stop using plastics, and we have, at least we have to minimize our usage. So should we ban plastics, or is it a need to ban plastics? Yes, because plastic bags should be banned. Plastic is non-biodegradable degradable and thus causes pollution as it cannot be recycled. Burning plastic diffuses harmful smoke. Plastic also emits some radiation. Plastic bags can prove to be a choke hazard for small animals and people. So, what we have to do to avoid plastics? So, we have to avoid buying packet items packed in plastic. We have to use cloth shopping bags. We have to skip water bottle carry by carrying a reusable bottle for canteen or hotels, and say no to straw. Okay, yes, we have to stop using straws. Bring your own container for takeout and leftovers. Avoid disposable tableware or use the compostable kind. So, hope you have understood this lesson.